What is up, YouTube? So today's video is going to be the first video I ever post on my channel, so that's exciting. Woohoo! I'm very technologically challenged, so we're gonna make it work. Just a preface, I'm a little sick, I sound annoying, I am sorry. We're gonna work with it. I'm currently using my roommate's desk, so he's kind of back here. Say hi, that's Ryan. So today's video is gonna be a little typical, like basic white girl. I am filming a day in the life vlog. So it's for my honors English class. I had to take one of the papers I've written this semester and apply it to a genre, which, as you see now, is a day in the life vlog on YouTube. I know, original. But so today I'm going to be taking y'all around our campus and showing you the research that we do here on dairy cattle and how that applies to you as an everyday consumer. So I'll be taking y'all around campus with me all day. I have a class in a little bit, so gonna have to take a break after this intro, but we're gonna make it work. I will take y'all to the Mississippi Agricultural and Forestry Exploration Station, so that way y'all can get an idea of where the fantastic ice cream that we have here on campus comes from and the cows that make it. So that's just a little bit about the video. Hope you enjoy. All right, y'all, quick update. Before I go to the farm, one of my last things of the day to do is I have another class. So I have a contemporary social problems class where I look at issues in society, like the issue I'm addressing in this video about food production and things like that. So we look at how it affects society and consumers. So that's a good thing for our video. I will not be able to have any videos in that class because he does not allow technology, but it's okay. We're gonna make it work. So I just left my dorm room. I live in the Honors College of Griffiths. I just passed Hearst, which is right across the courtyard. About to walk across the field to Old Main, which is one of our academic centers here on campus, and in my opinion, one of the prettiest buildings we have here on campus. I love having class in Old Main. So I will go here for this class and bring y'all along with me to the farm. All right, y'all. I just got finished with class 45 minutes early. That's always a good day here on campus. I'm walking back to my dorm room. I'm going to grab some different clothes for the barn tour. I want to wear a different change of boots there because biosecurity is a very big thing. If you don't already know, biosecurity is any measure of action that we as farmers and agriculturalists take to ensure that the health and safety of our animals and the people around us is always at prime production. So we want to make sure that people are always safe, our animals are always safe and healthy, and we're not spreading diseases or other things that could potentially cause epidemics. So I'm gonna grab those, get my truck, and we're gonna head there. All right, y'all, so I am back in my truck. It is 40 degrees outside, so I'm gonna wait for it to warm up a little bit. So I got it started. We're gonna sit here for a minute and just kind of let my engine do its thing. But I want to sit here and talk to y'all for a minute about kind of what inspired me to do this project. So ever since I was little, I've always been really, really passionate about farming and agriculture and just kind of animals. I've always wanted to be a vet. So that's kind of why I'm here at Mississippi State. So we have the dairy farm here. We have a beef unit. We have a small ruminant unit, which a ruminant is basically any animal that has a multi-chambered stomach. So that does include cattle, which we're gonna go see today. But so I've always been really fascinated with animals and how they work and what their role is on a farm. And I wanted to kind of advocate for agricultural literacy. So agricultural literacy is the understanding of how and where food products are produced in the United States or even in other countries. So I decided to write mine about dairy because I really like the dairy industry. I've never worked there personally since dairy was not a big thing around where I lived. It was more beef cattle and cow-calf operations, which is kind of, they have babies, that kind of thing. So I wanted to research about something that I didn't really know that much about personally. So this is kind of new for me too. We have the research center here on campus. I'm going to introduce you to Kason. He's one of my fraternity brothers. He's a milk hand here on campus, and he'll introduce himself in a little bit. But so I researched how our I looked up how our research here on Mississippi State's campus can impact everyday people. So most people really don't think about where their food comes from, and so I kind of wanted to get people thinking, hey, this is where your food comes from. This is what we do on a daily basis. And yeah, so a lot of people here, especially if you go to the cafeterias. So Perry Cafeteria has an ice cream station. Many students may not know that ice cream actually is produced here on campus by our cows and our workers, by the Mississippi Agricultural and Forestry Exploration Station, or MAFIS as we know it. It's really good. I found an article from a local newspaper here that was published in the 1980s. It's called the Commercial Dispatch, and it was talking about a new frozen dairy treat, I think was the title, something like that. And it actually was talking about the production of an ice cream flavor that we produced here on campus called Muscadine Ripple. So it's one of my personal favorites. It was actually kind of just a joke. People here on campus saw that we had muscadine grape leftovers and decided to make ice cream with it. And so we used our local dairy and created this ice cream flavor, which has been fantastic. It sells really well. A lot of people love it. It's my personal favorite. We have it here on campus. So it's just really good. And that was one of the areas of research that I found on my journey through this project. So what we're about to do is I'm going to drive to the farm and we'll meet you there. All right, y'all, so we just walked into the dairy facility here at Mississippi State. I'm here with my good friend, Kaysen.
What's up?
So we've got some of the girls on the milkers now. He's about to show y'all kind of how it's done.
Oh. So I just stripped the milk out just to make sure everything is working good. And now I'm gonna click start and use this little claw guy to start sucking up all the milk. So it'll just go and it automatically detects when it's done. And so in a few minutes, this thing will just come flying off. And you can already see how much she's been milking right here already at 1 pound. That's her number right there. She's 1071. She's milked 1.5 pounds. So
the milk here, where does it go after it's done here?
After the milk is done here, it goes into a huge bulk tank. So we have sick cows here too. And so the good cows go in the tank to be shipped off to the ice cream place.
Yeah.
And
so it goes where?
So the truck comes and gets that milk from the good cows and takes it to the little ice cream place on campus. And then they do whatever they do with it. And then the sick milk, I guess, just goes away. I really am not sure.
I gotcha.
But yeah.
So that's super cool. So how many cows do y'all have here? Do you know?
I think we have anywhere from like 130 to 200. It varies depending on. What'd you say? 170. Okay.
170?
Yeah. So there's I think there's 4 or 5 different groups of cows. You have the Kalins, the heifers, the Jerseys, and the fresh group.
Okay.
So the fresh group is what we give to the calves outside.
Okay.
So making sure they're getting the best milk.
Yeah.
And then the sick group as well. So 5 groups total.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Kaysen is about to show us exactly how you milk a cow.
All right. So first is the pre-dip solution, and it just starts their bodies to say, okay, I'm getting ready to be milked. Just let them know that's what's about to happen. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe some of the dirt off their teeth. And dip this solution in there. It's just like an iodine solution. And so
we've got a prep station right here.
Yeah, a little prep action. And then I'll get a towel and I'll strip out the milk. Get my fingers and squeeze some out. Make sure everything's good. And see, nothing's coming out of that one. So I think some of them they have kind of like duds.
Okay.
So we're gonna plug that one. And then I'll wipe it off. So now she's like, okay, I'm ready to be milked. I'm gonna click start here. Hook her up. And since that one didn't work, I have a little plug to pop in here.
Awesome.
And I'll repeat that all the way down the road. Each one of these holds 8 different cows. So once all 8 get done, then we'll let them out and bring in some more.
So are these cows on a routine? They kind of know, hey, it's about time to get milked?
Yeah, so cows, a lot of times they're really, what would you say, like they get in a system and they kind of know what's going on. So they know like around this time of day that when we come in that it's getting time to be milked, and they know like where to go in the barn and how to get in the gates and stuff. So they get pretty used to it.
Awesome. So like Kason was saying earlier, I am just outside of the milking parlor back here. So here's all the girls that need to be milked. So about this time every day they line up. Kason, how many times a day do they get milked? Twice? So they get milked twice a day.
We milk them from like 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning and then 3 to 6 in the afternoon.
So 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. every morning these students are here milking these cows. And then 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. they are also here milking these cows. So as you can see, the dairy cows here are super friendly. Dairy cows typically have a better temperament, so they're easier to work with. So that's part of the reason I wanted to include them in my project, because I knew I could film them a lot easier. We are here with Miss Lindsay. I'll let her introduce herself.
Hey, I'm Lindsay Strive. I'm a senior ADS major.
So what is your favorite part of the job here on Mississippi State's dairy research?
Honestly, I grew up like nothing, like had no idea anything about cows. I grew up on the beach. So really getting to interact with the cows has been the most fun for me because they really are like big puppies. Like I say it all the time. But
So you mentioned a bunch of groups earlier. Which one's your favorite group to milk or work with?
ooh, I like the fresh group, I think, because they're the smallest and they kind of let themselves in. We don't really have to push them in or anything. And so they're more settled than everyone else. Yeah,
I got you. So we noticed that you're wearing gloves.
Yes.
So in an earlier clip, I talked about biosecurity. So how do these gloves kind of contribute to the safety of the research here on campus?
Well, really, like, we keep the gloves not only to, like, not get our hands dirty, but, like, we're dealing with poop and stuff like that. Like, when you're having to hook up all the cows, you'll have all this dirt and stuff on the legs. So it's really trying to protect us from, like, not getting that kind of stuff in our mouth and stuff like that. So.
Well, awesome. Thank you. So in the dairy industry, when we're going to milk cows, the cows come to a big area with a holding pen, and then they come into a room like this. So we call this room the milking parlor. Not really sure why they call it the milking parlor, but so the cows line up around the time that they're supposed to get milked, and then they'll come in here to an individual head catch, and they'll just kind of sit there, and then we'll do our work on them. And once they're done, we'll open the head chutes, and they will walk out through a little pathway back here that takes them all the way back out to their pasture. So it's super cool, super safe, super fun. So right now we have opened up this little container of water to wash out all the manure and kind of just leftover sand from the sick barn. So the sick barn includes several kinds of cows, and I will let you tell them about it. So kind of introduce yourself. And
Hi, I'm Anna. I've been working out here for about 2 years now. I'm a senior ADS major, and the sick cows are cows that have just calved in and their milk can't go into the tank, or they've been treated with an antibiotic that we don't want to put them in the tank.
so there aren't antibiotics in the milk that we drink.
No, there should never be antibiotics in the milk that you drink, and there never will be.
So what else do we do here on the farm? Like what kind of research do you know about or you're involved in?
So we've done several like nutrition projects on the farm, and then they research like, I don't know, the different microbes that are in the cows. And we've done a nutrition project, or not a nutrition project, a project about heat stress in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm trying to think, what else have we done? I don't know.
What about the water? So you said something about the water's recycled.
Yeah.
So what does that do?
So we have a lagoon out there. You can't see it,
Yeah.
but there's a lagoon out there, and it takes all of this water and all the water from all of our hoses, and it dumps it down the lagoon, and it like filters through it, and we use that to flush the barns out.
So it's a completely sustainable system. Awesome. Thank you, Anna.
You're welcome.
All right. So get your blue pre-dip and your rag.
All right.
All right, and you're gonna walk over that first cow right there. So wipe her off with that rag.
All right.
And then
Yep.
put that solution on. Yeah, you're gonna squeeze it to make sure it comes all out. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So she's dipped.
And then you can put that blue thing away and throw that rag away. And grab one more rag.
Then wipe her off again.
Then you're gonna want to squeeze those teats out. You'll figure out the technique. There you go. All right, and then just wipe them off again. Okay. All right. Now, you can throw that rag away. And then on this cloth, you're gonna wanna hold it with one hand like on the bottom.
Okay.
And then use the other hand to hook them up. So go ahead and press start, and then it'll drop down. Oh wait, hold on. There you go. There you go. That's it. Good stuff. Now she's going. She's 212 and she's already gave a half pound. Awesome. Good stuff. Way to go, man.
Okay, so I just got done at the dairy farm. It is probably close to 6:30, so I got here around 4:30. So I've been doing a lot of work. I'm currently sitting on the back of my truck because there's light. So we got done milking and we had to spray out all of the parlor, so to remove all the manure. That we did with hoses. And then we took long scrub brushes on a handle and scrubbed the walls, so that way we cleaned the walls, make sure there wasn't any bacteria or anything left that was harmful. Changed out of my clothes. I'm back in my normal clothes. I smell like cow manure and cows. Got to see a bunch of really cool things today, so hopefully y'all learn a little bit from this. I'm about to head back. Peace out.